you think a trainer needs to look a certain way, needs to talk a certain way, needs to perform a certain way, then we need to rethink a couple things. Hi, I'm Jerron. I'm a professional trained dancer. I live in New York, and I happen to have CP. Although my CP affects the left side of my body, it has actually allowed me to improve my dexterity and agility on the right side to a degree that is unthinkable for most people. When they told me I wouldn't even be able to feed myself, I decided I was going to do everything in my power to show the world that they need to stop putting a cap on me. Having a disability doesn't mean lowering expectations, it means raising the bar. Because some people think athletes need to look a certain way and perform a certain way. But fitness is for all of us. We just have different ways of doing it. This is my evolution. What's yours?
And welcome everybody to the 2020 Cerebral Palsy Foundation Virtual Gala. My name is Jason Benetti, and I am honored to be your MC here tonight from lovely Chicagoland, wherever you might be. We thank you for joining us. The theme for World CP Day 2020 is Make Your Mark. And as we come together for our virtual gala today, we're making our own mark by changing lives for the cerebral palsy community. Hashtag Go Green for CP, the number 4, Go Green for CP. We are so excited to be coming to you virtually tonight. And for the first time, we have thousands of you joining us from around the world. One of those small benefits of a very odd time is that we get to see so many faces who wouldn't be able to be in one place. We know for some of you it's in the middle of the night or very early in the morning, and we cannot thank you enough for your continued generosity and support of our mission at the Cerebral Palsy Foundation. Please leave comments in the chat section. Tell us where you're tuning in from. We want to hear from you. We want to know where you're watching us from and even what time it is. Viewing parties are happening tonight all over the country and around our Earth, and we'll be going live to some of you tonight as well, which is a very cool thing. Special shout out to those of you in New York, in Atlanta, in California on the West Coast, in Canada, the UK, China, and of course, my hometown right out the window down there, Chicago, Illinois. Tonight is all about impact. So whether you're watching at home in your pajamas or you got all dressed up in your black tie finest, or if you did it like me, you're wearing a tie and your pajama pants, we thank you for being here, and we thank you for the difference you have already made for the 1 million people living with cerebral palsy in the United States and the almost 17 million people around the world. Right now, I'd like to introduce you to a very special woman, Rachel Byrne, the Executive Director of Cerebral Palsy Foundation. Rachel?
Hi, I'm Rachel Byrne, the Executive Director of the Cerebral Palsy Foundation. I am so excited to be joining you all this evening. This year has seen us challenged in ways that we could never have imagined. For myself, it has been a time of reflection and an opportunity to rethink how we do things. I strongly believe we can have long-lasting impact on how services are delivered, interventions implemented, and equalise opportunities for people with disabilities, particularly in healthcare delivery, education, and employment. Our mission is to be a catalyst to drive positive change for the 17 million people living with cerebral palsy around the world. Every hour, another baby is born with cerebral palsy, making it the most common physical disability in childhood. We work across 4 key focus areas. These include health, education, advocacy, and design and technology. The Cerebral Palsy Foundation's networks of change are designed to identify big problems. These networks bring together industry leaders and individuals with cerebral palsy and their families to drive the best possible outcomes. In health, we are driving the change when it comes to early detection and intervention for people with cerebral palsy. We have reduced the age of detection from 17 months to 9.5 months across our network.
When she was diagnosed with cerebral palsy, it was a scary thing.
We were referred at her 9-month checkup because she was showing signs.
Fear, was the initial response. We didn't know if she was going to be able to walk normally and crawl normally.
It's great to see her come through and her personality bubble through everything and her adversity and really become her own.
In education, our Just Say Hi inclusion program is reaching over 100,000 students in New York City schools. This year has been particularly transformational for us in the area of advocacy. We merged with Reaching for the Stars, a parent organisation, in February 2019. This has led to a greater voice and greater vision at advocacy at both the federal and state level. Our Design for Disability program is much more than the clothes and the bags. It is more about breaking down the stigma and driving people to think universally when it comes to design for all individuals.
Look at them, they're beautiful, they're modeling, they're strutting, you know? And it's just so nice to be seen and viewed. I'm beautiful, I don't care. Wheelchair and all. My chair is my accessory.
This year, our priority has been to make sure our programs are reaching people when they need it the most. In 2020, we have delivered on our promise of expanding and ensuring the success of our key initiatives. In July, we officially launched cpresource.org, the first and comprehensive online resource hub in the world providing the latest evidence, information, and support for people with cerebral palsy and their families. This August, we also co-hosted our first eHealth Summit, bringing our implementation of early detection intervention for CP conference completely online for the first time. It was a huge success with 430 registrations from around the world who are now trained in early detection CP. Our continued progress would not be possible without the commitment and generosity of our families, donors, supporters and volunteers. We are proud of the impact that we are making to enhance lives today while still accelerating the solutions for tomorrow. From everyone at the Cerebral Palsy Foundation, we thank you for your support. Jason, thank you so much for being here with us this evening, and I can't wait to see the rest of the program.
Rachel, thank you so much. It is absolutely my pleasure to be here. I introduced myself, but I failed to mention at the beginning of the show that I'm here in large part because I also have cerebral palsy. I am the TV announcer for the Chicago White Sox and for ESPN. And I live with cerebral palsy, as so many of you do as well. And what CPF is doing, and all of our donors and everybody who's involved in this gala, it is just heartwarming for me to see everyone's faces and to see all the beautiful faces, as we saw in the piece. Like, I had to up my fashion game. I went pocket square because I came to a couple of these and my fashion game was low rent compared to everybody else. So thank you all for forcing my standards higher as well. It's hard to believe this year it marks the 65th anniversary of the Cerebral Palsy Foundation. And our next speaker, Laureen Arbus, and her family have been one of the biggest longtime supporters of CPF. In 1955, Laureen's mother, Isabel Goldenson, convinced Dr. Sidney Farber at Harvard Medical School of the need to research into the prevention of cerebral palsy. Dr. Farber then brought in top scientists and researchers across the country, including one of the greatest academic neurologists of the 20th century, Dr. Houston Merritt, to start what is now known as the Cerebral Palsy Foundation. We are thrilled to have Laureen join us this evening.
Hi, I'm Laureen Arbus. I am a second-generation disability rights activist. My older sister was born with very severe disability, cerebral palsy and other complications, but she was wonderful and changed my life in so many ways for the better. And my parents saw that others could not afford what they could afford to take care of their children and to look for answers and help and support. And it was that fact that was the initiative for their starting an organization to which parents could go along with their children with disability and adults with disability that would answer to many of the questions they had. I urge you to join me in supporting the Cerebral Palsy Foundation. As the evening progresses, you're going to hear about some of the amazing initiatives that the Cerebral Palsy Foundation has undertaken and the support that they give in areas that are so critical to the care and love of people with disability. It's really exciting and really important. Support it, please.
Thank you so much, Laureen. And Laureen touches on a point that is so terribly important. This is not just about living. This is about living a vivid and fulfilling and complete life and pioneering life. And CPF has done so much to make that even more possible for so many people. And as Laureen mentioned, tonight is all about showing our support for the Cerebral Palsy Foundation and the great work that they do and everyone who touches it do. There are going to be a few different ways where you can give tonight, depending on where you're watching. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, you can make donations directly by clicking the donate button. So all you have to do, Facebook and YouTube, is click donate. On YouTube, you can even purchase something called super comments. The more money you pledge, the longer your comment will stay up, which sounds like a perfect thing for a sports announcer to have. I'd like to have that actually in game. I could donate some money and make sure that my comment stayed up longer than my broadcast partner, Steve Stone. That sounds selfish. Because of your generosity, though, this is unbelievable. Because of your generosity, we've already raised $170,000 tonight. Our goal is to reach $200,000. We'll be having a paddle raise later on in our program, so please, if you can, and we know it's a tough time for everybody, but if you can, please dig deep. There is wonderful work going on at CPF, and I am just honored to be able to do this from my home and to see all of your faces from your homes. It's now my pleasure to welcome the chair of Cerebral Palsy Foundation's Scientific Advisory Council, Dr. Deborah Gabler-Spira.
Thank you, Jason. I'm delighted to welcome you all to the Cerebral Palsy Foundation event. This is a very important evening for all of us around the world, and we're going to be welcoming many from our worldwide community. Like many of you, I've grown accustomed to these virtual events where actually in person seems to be a distant memory. However, I want to ensure you that the enthusiasm and our ability to come together has also been promoted by utilizing this virtual technology. And I think that this is highlighted in the way the Cerebral Palsy Foundation has developed some of its programming of late. Another important activity for the Cerebral Palsy Foundation is inclusion through the lifespan. We know that it's not just good enough to identify and to treat, but to promote a lifestyle that creates a positive catalyst for change. This is a very important way that we reach the whole world, and we hopefully will improve the lives of so many. And now I want to turn it back to Jason and try to encourage him to promote a Crosstown Classic World Series, and we will be together in Chicago again soon. Thank you.
So I don't know that I can help with the Crosstown World Series, Deb. I feel like I still need to call you Dr. Gabler, by the way. Dr. Gabler was one of my doctors when I was growing up in Chicago, and we were at an event for one of the cerebral palsy academies in Montreal a couple of years ago, and I ran into Dr. Gabler in the lobby, and I called my parents on FaceTime immediately and said, "You're not going to believe who I ran into in Montreal." It was a fantastic thing. Deb is one of the most wonderful people I have ever met, and it's so great to see her. As a host, this might normally be the time that I tell another joke, but I am smart enough to know when somebody's value exceeds mine in that area. I know somebody who is far funnier than I who wants to say hello, one of our CPF ambassadors.
Hey guys, it's Zach Anner coming to you from my teenage bedroom here in Buffalo, New York with full-on quarantine hair. I just wanted to wish CPF an amazing gala tonight. CPF has meant a lot to me. You know, as an author and a YouTuber and a comedian, I think some of the work that I'm the most proud of is the work that I've been able to do as an ambassador to the Cerebral Palsy Foundation, because CPF allows people with cerebral palsy to finally tell their own stories on their own terms and have a platform to express themselves as the complicated, beautiful, and sometimes ridiculous individuals that they are. And they start that work at such a young age with the Just Say Hi program. If I had had Just Say Hi in my schools growing up, my social life would have been so much easier. So we celebrate you in 2020 at a time when there is not much to celebrate. And with the hope that next year we will all come together and be able to celebrate you in person, because typically at your galas you have amazing hors d'oeuvres, and I really feel like I'm missing out. And please forgive me if I come to the 2021 gala and I'm not wearing pants. I've gotten very used to this life, and I'm not sure I can go back. But we celebrate you tonight, CPF. Thank you for all that you do, and thank you to everyone in the cerebral palsy community and everyone that's come together tonight to make this feel special and not so weird. Bye!
Zach, thank you so much. Love Zach Anner. And I promise you, maybe unlike Zach, I'm wearing pants tonight. I promise. For those of you who don't know about CPF's Just Say Hi program, it is truly changing lives. Zach mentioned it. I'm the same way, like Zach. If Just Say Hi existed when I was growing up, my life socially and otherwise in school would have been completely different. And so here is a glimpse of what we're talking about, a truly life-changing program, Just Say Hi.
Our vocabulary term is going to be just say hi. Thank you.
There are many of us out there who think that we're doing inclusion right and we don't have to do anything else to be inclusive. But it's important to have a program to help our students understand why inclusion is important.
Kids are growing up with things that they're used to. They don't know what to do with someone that may be different.
If somebody's in a wheelchair, they don't know how to talk to them.
I wish that people understood about how it feels like to have a disability.
The Just Say Hi curriculum has served as an anchor and a scaffold for how we can look critically at our curriculum.
And as you say hi, there are other things you can talk about, and that really helps to make new friends.
If a new kid came into the school, I would say, welcome to the class.
What makes a great school is a culture and climate to the building that celebrates diversity and rallies the community around supporting every single child.
Together, administration and members of our instructional team met, and we went through the 5 lessons, and then the instructional team brought it back to their grade where they planned the 5 lessons that they would implement in their grade.
We're thinking about the term Just Say Hi, to think about where you're getting the information from, and then how Just Say Hi can relate to helping people with different disabilities.
It's easy. Just say hi.
There you go.
Just say hi.
We're talking about differences, right? We're talking about including people who are different.
I feel as though a lot of people are going to be more aware of how they treat other people.
And it just helps kids feel more comfortable, and it just helps with the integration that goes on in the school.
Unless you're willing to set aside some time and just have the kid talk about it, I don't think they'll truly be able to understand us to a point where they can actually help us.
The Just Say Hi curriculum is such an accessible entry point into this work and conversation.
I'm really happy for my students because now they're empowered.
It's okay to break the status quo. There's a new status quo.
I hope that these children go out into the world with a sensitivity and empathy.
This is a biggie, so I would encourage everybody to pause and listen to what this campaign has to offer.
Just say hi. 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 Just say hi.
It's really so easy when you think about it. Just say hi, right? It's very, very simple. And I would be remiss if I didn't just say hi to Letitia Greeny-Dixon, who is providing our sign language tonight as well and doing a wonderful job. So thank you to Greeny. You're seeing firsthand tonight exactly the impact CPF is having and the extraordinary work that they're doing. This would not be possible at all without our very generous sponsors this evening. There are a lot of you, and you have wonderful giving hearts. They include Barclays, BlackRock, Bloomberg Philanthropies, Credit Suisse, Goldman Sachs, Ellie Kelly and Patrick Downs, Isla Eckhoff, Ipsen Biopharmaceuticals, JP Morgan, Michelle Kastner, Morgan Stanley, the Weinberg Family Cerebral Palsy Center at Columbia University, Wells Fargo Securities, Bank of America, Citibank, the Lorene Arbus Foundation, TradeWeb, UBS, and James Volker. So thank you all for all of your contributions to what we're doing here at CPF. And we also want to especially thank Ipsen Biopharmaceuticals for their generous support this year of our new podcast series, Let's Talk CP, and some upcoming educational town halls as well. Some truly remarkable people out there, and we thank you very much. CPF could not have such an impact without the incredible members of your community as well, but also the Scientific Advisory Council. CPF's Scientific Advisory Council is made up of some of the best researchers and clinicians across the country and around the world, leading the way in research and clinical care. Some of them have a message that they want to share with you all from wherever they might be across our globe.
Hello, my name is Peter Rosenbaum. I'm a developmental pediatrician at McMaster University in Canada.
Hello, my name is Bernadette Gillick. I'm coming to you live from the upper Midwest. I am at the University of Minnesota.
This is Eileen Fowler, joining you from a sunny and rather smoky Southern California.
Hi everyone, this is David Roy. I'm speaking from my office in Guangzhou, China.
Hi, my name is Kathleen Drill, coming to you live from White Plains, New York.
Hi, I'm Anna Penn. I'm the Division Director for Neonatology here at Columbia University and Morgan Stanley Children's Hospital in the city of New York.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Winter, coming to you from Salt Lake City, Utah. Congratulations on your first virtual gala for the Cerebral Palsy Foundation. We are so grateful here in Utah for the contributions the Cerebral Palsy Foundation has made.
The Cerebral Palsy Foundation has had a huge impact on my work life, as they funded my work very early when I started my career in research and helped me to find ways of using non-invasive brain stimulation with rehabilitation to improve hand function in those children who have cerebral palsy.
As a researcher and clinician, I'm acutely aware of the gap between research and implementation into practice.
The breadth and scope of the foundation's interest is remarkable. It is a lesson for other people in terms of our interest in adults as well as children, our interest in environment as well as in spasticity and so on. And I have no doubt that CPF is leading the way in presenting ideas and information that are useful for families, for young people with cerebral palsy, and quite frankly, for students and the public at large.
We are so grateful for the support of the Early Detection Initiative, which we've been a part of for the past several years. It has helped our clinic grow and be the best possible providers of care for our young babies who come to us with their parents concerned about the future of their child's development.
There are many ways in which the CT Foundation has impacted my life. As a scientist, I enjoy the ways that the CT Foundation encourages scientists to collaborate. As a person with cerebral palsy myself, I'm also very impressed and grateful for the ways that the CT Foundation provides education to the community.
I'm so proud of what CPF has done, and even in this past very difficult year.
Thank you so much for all the work you do. We know you do it because you care about these kids and their families, and you want the best for these children and their futures. So thank you and enjoy your gala.
It's been an honor and a privilege to work with such a great team of people. I congratulate everyone on the first ever virtual gala and hope it's a terrific evening.
The Cerebral Palsy Foundation represents for me good people doing good things. All of us together are stronger because of it. So thank you, Cerebral Palsy Foundation. Congratulations for this incredible event, and thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Thank you to all of our medical professionals, our scientists, our doctors for everything they're doing to help CPF. Before this show that you're seeing right now, there was a VIP Zoom room, saw about 50 of your faces, and I thank you for jumping in there. But one of the folks in there was CPF board member Isla Eckhoff, and it's always great to see Isla at these events, saw her in person last year in New York City. She has a message along with chair of the board, Michelle Kastner.
My name is Michelle Kastner. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us tonight. Our continued progress would not be possible without the commitment and generosity of our donors, families, volunteers, and partners, all of whom support our mission and change lives. We are proud of the impact we are making to enhance lives today while accelerating solutions for tomorrow. From all of us at the Cerebral Palsy Foundation, we thank you for your continued support. Enjoy the evening.
Hi, my name's Isla Eckhoff, and I sit on the board of the Cerebral Palsy Foundation, and I'm a managing director at BlackRock. I really want to thank everybody for coming tonight. It's really exciting to have, it's interesting now that we're doing everything virtual, we have people from not only all over the US, but even international, and we encourage you to be generous. We are extremely grateful to be where we are and to be working with so many incredible people to improve the lives of people with CP around the country and around the world.
Wonderful message from Isla and Michelle. Thank you very much. And you've all been learning a lot about the work the Cerebral Palsy Foundation is doing tonight. And the work is all about positively impacting individuals with CP and their families. And there's not a program that shows this more than the Early Detection Initiative. We're talking about hashtag Making Your Mark here on World CP Day, and the CPF Early Detection Network, led by Dr. Natalie Maitre from Nationwide Children's Hospital, is doing just that. This network is made up of hospitals from around the US who are truly changing practice and the lives of so many people around the globe. We're fortunate to have Joy and Justin Kuhn joining us this evening to share their story about what early detection has meant for them and their son, Beckham. We'll also hear from Dr. Andy Duncan, who's worked tirelessly to change not one, but 2 early detection hospital programs, improving outcomes for so many high-risk babies.
We are the parents to one pretty special kid named Beckham. My name is Joy.
I'm Justin.
And we are so incredibly happy and blessed to be here today to get to share our family's story with you. Beckham is one of the strongest people we know. We wanted to start off by sharing some of his strengths and some of the things that make him who he is. But let's start off with day 1 of his life. Beckham was born full term, 40 weeks and 4 days. We first noticed in the operating room when Beckham was being weighed for the first time that Beckham's right arm was tucked into his body and his fist was clenched. All the while, his left arm was stretched out far out with his hand open, explaining to all those in the room how mad he was at being removed from his comfortable home. Upon asking, we were told that he probably injured it on the way out, so thus we put it out of our minds. Then around 12 hours of life, Beckham was taken for an audiology screening and was never brought back to our room. A doctor came into our room around 3 hours after Beckham had initially been taken and explained that on the way to the screening, the nurse at the time noticed something was off. and took some vitals. Beckham wasn't holding his own temperature and his blood pressure kept dropping. The attending doctor then explained that just about every organ in Beckham's body was failing, and we needed to prepare ourselves for the worst. Beckham was then transported to Nationwide Children's Hospital. The next 4 months of Beckham's life were spent in the NICU with us all experiencing many ups and downs. A lot was unknown between renal failure, loads of blood clots, and a stroke. But a sprint for survival slowly became a marathon. Beckham continues to run this marathon, but he does it with style, his personal Beckham style. We always knew something was up with Beckham, and that we'd heard from doctors to watch for this, but they didn't give us a name for it. But it still didn't take away that first initial day for us. Those words, cerebral palsy, it was hard. It was really hard to hear those words in shock. A gut punch, if you will, that because you don't know what that means, and you only know what that means from what you hear other experiences or on TV or things like that. Since you don't know what your kid's life's going to look like because of that.
I don't know, for me there's also this sense of now we have something that we're able to at least work from. And so I think that was the first moment. It was kind of like, okay, I mean, that is really hard, and at least now we have this and can move forward.
Hi there, I'm Andy Duncan. I'm a neonatologist at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. I also run our neonatal follow-up clinic, so I am fortunate to be able to follow our babies and their families from their birth and day in the NICU all the way up until age 5. I've been fortunate to work with the Cerebral Palsy Foundation for the last few years through my role as a leader in the early detection network, both at the Philadelphia site and at the site in Houston. And I can tell you firsthand the difference that it makes in the lives of these families to have this infrastructure and the support of the Cerebral Palsy Foundation, all the things that we need to get these children diagnosed with cerebral palsy as early as possible. I hope that you will continue to support the Cerebral Palsy Foundation so that we can continue our important work together.
As you can see, there's so much innovative work and pioneering work happening for CPF, and we're so excited to let you know we've raised $170,000 towards our goal of $200,000. And there are so many ways to give tonight. We appreciate your generosity so much. If you're watching on YouTube, you can purchase super comments or give by clicking the donate button. And for those of you watching on Facebook, to donate, click the donate button in the post. If you're joining us on Zoom, click the link in the chat to donate. Please give generously. Your gift will improve the lives of so many individuals and their families today. All right, so now instead of just saying, hey, click this button, I'm going to ask you specifically to dig deep and get ready to make your pledge. We are so lucky to be joined by Charles Anton tonight to kick off our paddle raise. Welcome, Charles.
Thank you so much, Jason. It's a pleasure to be here. I have had so much fun coming to the live CPF events in the past and helping to auctioneer and raise funds. But of course, things being as they are in 2020, it's such an amazing pleasure to be here with you. I've never been introduced before by an announcer. Was a dream of mine, so I appreciate it. And I'm glad that there's so many people at home watching. Hopefully you're all sitting at home. Hopefully you've got a martini in your hand. You're ready to make some donations. We appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Let's just start right there. So let's start with that, the fact that we're not all together. One of the reasons that we decided to have a live event like this tonight, a live streamed event, is because fundraising opportunities are down. As you can certainly imagine, the idea of getting everyone together at Cipriani, Wall Street, or in Midtown, or at a big gala having fun together, we can't do that this year. No organization can. CPF is no different, of course. But of course, the need is greater than ever, especially with the certain challenges that have affected the community, the CP community by COVID-19. As everyone in this room knows, CPF's main programs are health, education, advocacy, design, and technology, and each one has been affected in a different way this year. You all probably know that 1 million people in the US have cerebral palsy, and that's 17 million across the world. And this organization reaches 100,000 of those people every year with varied programs. And you may know that due to COVID-19, there's been a specific challenge because CPF reaches the needs of infants, families, and a medical system in turmoil. I'm sure you all know that hospital resources have been shifted to treating those with urgent medical conditions, and it just results in a discontinuation of care for individuals with chronic conditions like cerebral palsy, for example. Another way that COVID has affected the CPF this year is the elements of early detection. It certainly can be done via telehealth, but there was no standardized method to do so. So CPF's network institutions had to pivot to a telehealth model for high-risk infant follow-up clinics, despite infrastructure and technological challenges. But by leveraging various telehealth models, CPF has been able to reach more and more people, over the 10,000 plus babies born with CP in the US in 2020. So that's just a little bit about the challenges that have faced CPF in terms of fundraising this year. And you guys should know we've already raised 175, a bit over that now, and we do have a very big goal tonight. And you should know that every $50,000 can create a whole new hospital program for early detection. $1,000 gives families support and educational resources they need once a diagnosis is made, an early diagnosis. $500, just $500 trains the doctor how to diagnose. So how we're gonna do this now is, as my friend Jason mentioned a few minutes ago, there's lots of different ways that you can donate tonight, depending on how you're joining us. If you're watching this gala tonight on YouTube, you can purchase those super comments, get them pinned right up on top. Or you can give by clicking the donate button, which you'll see. For those of you watching on Facebook, you click the donate button. And if you're watching us on Zoom, you use the link in the chat. And hopefully if we did this right, there's a link in the chat right now, and maybe it's going up once again. So let's start the giving now. Like I said, we're just over 175,000. We'd like to hit 200. Let's start it at 2,500. Is there anyone out there in the virtual room tonight who would like to give 2,500 to deliver Just Say Hi into a whole school? We have a 2,500 already coming in right now in the chat, already at 2,500. That's one. And keep in mind, you don't have to stay with me. You can donate whatever you want. I know you're sitting at home in your pajamas. You don't want to wait to give 50 bucks or 100 bucks or 500 bucks. Whatever you want, click the donate and give. Would anyone like to donate now $1,000? How about $1,000? Coming in, click the button on YouTube, click the donate button, or you can click the chat on Zoom and come in with 1,000. Anyone coming in at 1,000? We're gonna keep moving then, okay? There we go. We just got another $1,000 in. That brings the running total to 3,500. Thank you, Mark. Mark out there donated $1,000. That's 3,500. We actually were up to 185. 185. So this total now brings us a spitting distance from 190,000, close to our goal of 200,000. We just got another 250 in and 100. You guys are jumping the gun. I like that though. Anyone would like to come in at 500? Surely we have someone out there at 500. Anyone 500? Oh, another 1,000. See, this is what happens when you do this over the miracles of modern technology. They come in late. So we have another 1,000 now. That's 4,500. $4,500 coming in. Anyone coming in at 5? We have 4,500 plus 250 plus 100. There's a 500. So that's $5,350. So now over $190,000. We have less than 10,000 to get to that $200,000 total. How about 250? Anyone coming in at 250? Surely there's some more at 250. And now I'm getting a message. It's just, yes, lots. You got to give me some idea. The CPF has got to give me some idea. Do some quick math, guys. How many? The inquiring minds want to know how many are coming in at 250 right now. Just say a number, any number. We have tons coming in. We are at now, with those $250,000 donations, we're over 195,000. We have 5,000 to go. This is basically a quiz, an American Sign Language quiz on numbers. How many times did she sign? 195, 194, 190? We're keep going, folks. Now I'm going to leave you with this as the numbers continue to come in. Oh, and don't forget YouTube. If you're on YouTube as well, you can donate. Just click donate there on YouTube. I'm going to leave you with this. We're not going to stop accepting these donations, okay? They're going to stay open all night. We're already at 195,000. Plus, I guarantee you there are some donations that have come in that haven't been tallied yet. If you are bidding over Zoom, if you're chatting us your donation, you have to click the link to actually complete your donation. Please be sure to do so. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to come back a little bit later and just see if we can get to that 200. So I'd love to announce it tonight. We're just kissing it right now. We're so close. Thank you, everybody. You guys did amazing. You guys raised over 10,000 in the last 3 minutes, and I think that number is going to continue to rise. Congratulations, everybody. Thanks for having me back at CPF one more year.
Hello, I'm Michael Kutcher, coming to you from the mountains of Colorado. I'm honored to be a member of the CPF Advisory Circle, and I'm proud to be a voice on behalf of the CP community advocating for additional research, an increase of federal focus, and the importance of the inclusion. Happy World CP Day to all, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of this special event.
Hi, I'm Jerron Herman, coming at you from New York City. I'm a dancer, a writer, sometimes model. The impact CPF has had on my work life has been phenomenal. From our partnerships in fashion, to the work expanding how disabled children are perceived in the classroom, they imagine what it takes to thrive. As an artist, I appreciate that this imagining is at the center of the foundation. For all involved, this personal touch helps my and the next generations really make our mark.
This is Michael Bayer, coming at you from Southern New Jersey. I am an actor and a disabilities advocate. I love working with CPF on educating and increasing awareness and understanding of cerebral palsy so we can expand relatability and acceptance. Thank you to everyone who support this CPF.
Hi, my name is Catherine Gray, and I'm saying hi from Ann Arbor, Michigan. And I'm the first female adaptive athlete at the University of Michigan. And I just wanted to say I'm so proud of the Cerebral Palsy Foundation for highlighting cerebral palsy research and funding and CP issues. And I'm also really proud to be an ambassador. And I wanted to say, since World CP Day is coming up on October 6th, go green for CP. Thank you so much.
My name is Johnny Agar, and I'm coming to you from a small town on the west side of Michigan called Rockford. Not only am I a proud ambassador for the Cerebral Palsy Foundation, but I'm also an athlete who does Ironman triathlons and road races with my dad, and I was recently featured in an Under Armour commercial. It is so great to be a part of the Cerebral Palsy Foundation because they are opening up new doors and creating a positive impact for those of us with cerebral palsy. It is fitting that this year's gala is entitled Make Your Mark, because that's exactly what CPF is doing for those of us affected with this challenge. Thank you and have a good evening.
Donnie and all of our ambassadors. And I have to say, we are a well-oiled machine here in the CPF Gala, but we're going to ad-lib for a moment here because we have breaking news coverage of the paddle race. A lot of bids have just come in and donations have come in. So I wanted to bring Charles back in for a quick update. Charles, team coverage live from his home.
Yes, we do. We have more bids are coming in. We just got a nice bid of $2,000, which brings us so close to our goal of $200,000. We are going to hit it tonight. We would love to blow right through it if we can. We would love to get up to 220, 250. Sky's the limit. Keep drinking your martinis. Keep clicking on donate. If you are clicking on Zoom, don't forget that you need to click that link button. Thanks so much for having me, Jason. This was a pleasure. You guys at home, you are the real heroes. You raised $200,000 in like 15 minutes. Congratulations, everybody.
Charles, thank you so much. And our team coverage of the CPF Gala continues. Thank you, Charles.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
Environment. Whether a child needs help walking, whether they use a wheelchair, they really need to be able to access their physical environment more.
We've always wanted Finley to have total independence, and we want to have it carry out into the outside world.
As a child, vehicles mean freedom and the ability to go beyond your challenges. Not everybody is afforded that. At Lexus, we're always searching to try to help more and more people experience that joy and that freedom. Human-centered design is all about the art and science of designing a product around individual human needs. We look into the future with our philosophy of mobility for all and figure out how we can create somebody's life to be a little bit better.
The emotional challenges are harder than the physical. When we hear the kids outside, I know she longs to keep up with them and go at their pace. If there was a way for her to do that, she would take it in a heartbeat.
When it comes to this project, it is such a great opportunity to take our human-centric approach and apply it to a child that hasn't experienced something that other children have.
It was a few weeks ago, the Cerebral Palsy Foundation reached out and asked specifically for measurements for Finley. So when I was measuring her, she's like, "What is this for?" And I said, "They're building you a car."
What we did on this project was very special. The opportunity to help Finley enjoy the gift of mobility, it really makes you feel like you're making a difference. And with the CP Foundation, we're able to inject a little bit of what we do well into the equation.
As soon as Finley found out the car was done and that it was coming, she'd come home from school and say, "I just want to practice wearing my helmet." She's just anticipating the car coming, trying to picture, what does it look like? What color is it? Finley knows someone made that car. So Cooper calling and telling Finley about the car and just saying, "I hope you enjoy it," was so special.
Finley, I hope you love your new car. Now, I've been in the car business for 30 years, and I've been responsible for countless vehicles over those years, but none of them stand out like this one. So it's very special. We've worked very hard on it. I know we did things that you're gonna love. Congratulations, have fun with it, enjoy.
That's all we've ever wanted, is to be able to see her just be fully herself, be treated just like Finley, and be able to keep up with the other kids.
Rather than expecting individuals with disability to change for the world needs to change for them. This project does that. We have removed those barriers for her, and to see her be able to drive, to be able to play, to be able to participate and be independent, what little girl who's 6 years old wouldn't want that?
It's not her walker, it's not a wheelchair, it's something that other kids have, and it's providing her such accessibility. As a parent, it makes my heart burst with joy, and I'm so excited for her to know that she has her own adaptive vehicle. She's just able to be involved more. We're not gonna be able to top this when she's 16. We are so honored to have been a part of the Lexus campaign, and the Cerebral Palsy Foundation has brought so much joy into our lives, and we are so just blessed to be a part of all the profound difference that they're making in the community and in the world as well, because being a part of the adaptive campaign is the coolest thing, and having this adaptive vehicle has literally been a game changer for us, and we just cannot sing praises and thank yous and you know gratitude enough. We are so grateful for it, and we're just so honored, and thank you all. Happy Road CP Day!
What an awesome collaboration of pioneering and ingenuity with Lexus and the Cerebral Palsy Foundation. Very cool. And another example of the so many campaigns that CPF is putting forth in order to help individuals with CP have even better, more fulfilled lives. The Cerebral Palsy Foundation, as we told you, the theme to this gala tonight is #MakeYourMark. It's not too late to make your mark. In fact, while the video was playing, I tweeted about the gala, and I would encourage you to do so as well to your followers. #MakeYourMark @YourCPF on Twitter. Please tag us and share tonight's gala. And if you haven't already done so, please consider donating or consider giving to CPF, however you might be able to do. Your gift will have a real impact today on improving the lives of individuals with CP and their families. With your help, we can absolutely reach our goal. And here's hoping that we just zoom past our goal, because there's so many people around the country who we have gotten to know through CPF, and I've gotten to know individually. And here are some of their faces and shout outs from across the globe on World CP Day.
Hi, I'm Debbie Weinberg, founder and advisory board chair of the Weinberg Family Cerebral Palsy Center at Columbia University, and I'm in Greenwich, Connecticut right now.
And I'm Jason Carmel, director of the center, coming to you from Columbia's medical campus here in Manhattan.
We want to thank the CP Foundation for their advocacy and leadership in promoting our shared cause.
And we especially appreciate the CP Foundation as a partner in promoting the best care and research in our field.
Through advocacy, we imagine greater visibility and attention for people living with CP.
Through research and improved clinical care, we envision better function and quality of life for the community we serve. Happy World CP Day!
Happy World CP Day!
Greetings from Sheba Medical Center for the World Awareness Day for Cerebral Palsy. The pediatric rehabilitation community here in Israel is grateful for the privilege of learning from you in person about the CP Foundation mission and action to spend knowledge, raise social awareness, and improve treatment and quality of life for individuals with CP around the world. We are happy to be part of this important mission. I would also like to take this wonderful opportunity to express my sincere appreciation for your great work in the field of developmental medicine. No doubt your rich clinical experience, innovative research, significant publication, and your welcoming spirit has contributed enormously to all of us. Stay safe and healthy wherever you are on the globe. Love, Daphna.
Hello, I am Milton Gonzalez, Senior Consultant in Teleton Chile and President of the REWRITTEN Medical Committee. I am so excited to participate in this significant virtual gala in the CP World Day, and I want to send a greeting from Santiago de Chile to all people related with cerebral palsy in the world, especially in this difficult year with this catastrophic pandemic. Thanks very much for this opportunity, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.
Hi everybody, my name is Rick Lieber and I'm the Chief Scientific Officer at the Shirley Ryan Ability Lab in Chicago. I'd like to congratulate the Cerebral Palsy Foundation for CP Research Day, which is coming up on October 6th. We're doing a lot of really cool CP research here in Chicago. Together we hope that these will have impact on our kids with CP. We look forward to joining with you all on national and world CP research.
Hi, I am Dr. Charity Viera Mabuhay from the Philippines. I am a pediatric physical medicine and rehabilitation, and also engage in pediatric amputee as well as the motion analysis.
My name is Craig Coscarden, and I'm speaking to you from sunny Cornwall in the United Kingdom. I'm the Chief Executive and Acting President of Cerebral Palsy International Sport and Recreation Association, also known as CPASIA. As someone born with cerebral palsy, I understand the importance of highlighting the achievements of those with CP, and World Cerebral Palsy Day provides a platform to showcase this talent.
I'm Vivian Xie. I'm a pediatric physiatrist in National Taiwan University Hospital.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Xiaowei Lin. I'm also a pediatric physiatrist from Hsinchu branch of National Taiwan University Hospital.
We are shouting from Taiwan!
World CP Day, love from Taiwan!
I got to tell you, that's the first time I've seen that video, and it is so wonderful to remember that we have friends around the globe. We're all experiencing this year in our own way, and obviously there are consequences for all of us individually and for those we've lost and all of the rough things that have happened across the globe. But as I watch that video, I can't help but think about the next time that we can all be in the same room together and we're not all in little boxes and we all can just give each other a handshake or a hug or a fist bump or whatever it might be. And I just smile because I will cherish that moment. And I know you all will, because I've seen so many of you at previous galas in New York City. And I've made so many friends through this foundation, and I know you all have as well. So here's to being able to do this in person very soon. But I'm told that we cleared our goal of $200,000. You all have just generous, outpouringly wonderful hearts. And thank you so much for everything you've done for CPF on this World CP Research Day. It is my pleasure to share this night with you. And as we say farewell, and thanks to everybody who put this together, and thanks to all of you for being here. And as we look off into the distance and we think about 2021 and beyond and everything that we might be able to do in the future together, here's to being in person like we have been in years past. Here's a compilation of all the things we've done in person and we'll get to do again one day. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for your generosity. And here's to even better times ahead together.